Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve, same Steven as all the other videos. Today, we have a new product from Ciro 3D. It's not a new product, it's just a new style of the old product, I guess we could say. So if you watched any of my Ciro videos in the past, you'll probably know that we did the Fang front signal light inserts on the street glide over here. We did the chrome with the white lens on the outside, and I'm kind of excited to say that they now have smoked lenses. So today, we've got the black bezel with the smoked lenses. Ciro's had this product out for a while, but they haven't had the smoked lenses. So just quickly to go over the fitment on these are for the 2000 and newer Harley Davidson motorcycles with 2 3/8 diameter bullet shaped turn signals. An 1157 bulb socket, which just basically means it's kind of a two-part socket. You'll see on the end there, it's got 2 little pins on there, and that's because you have one that's a run and one that's a blinker. So that's why you have an 1157. So this will not work on motorcycles that come equipped with factory LEDs. And let me touch on that real quick. So we originally got these for the 2021 Sportster S that we have over here. It has just clear lenses, LED lights, and I thought it would look cool because the bike's all blacked out and these are black, that it'd be cool to get the black bezel smoked lens for that bike. I spent about 15 minutes trying to get the lens cover off of that, because there is a little slot down in the bottom to where you can just pry the lens cover off like any other bullet blinker, and it would not come off. So I called my local Harley Davidson, had them pull up the schematic and the breakdown for that turn signal on that bike. That turn signal, that whole unit on that motorcycle is one piece. So if that LED light ever goes out on that, you have to replace the entire turn signal, the arm, the bullet blinker, everything. It's obviously 2 pieces because you have a black back and you have a clear cover on the front, but they've got that thing glued in there. So I don't know what they use to put it in there, but it is not coming out. So even though you see that little slot in the bottom for a little screwdriver to pop it out, do not try to take those out. You're just gonna end up scratching the heck out of it or breaking something. And that's kind of weird for Harley Davidson, because we all know that they can suck another $20 to $100 out of you for little things that they put on the bike that they know you're gonna change. That's weird that they would just super glue those things in there so you can't change them. But anyway, regardless, they won't work on those bikes. So today we've got this 17th Street Glide Special back here. So just quickly, let me go over this real quick, because I get this question all the time. When guys put in LEDs on their bike and they call and they ask, do I need to do a BCM reset? Let me explain what that is. So the BCM can be programmed for LED lights on the 2014 and newer bikes. 13 and older bikes, you're gonna need a load equalizer. What happens is it's called hyperflash. It's just like a car. If you've ever been driving a car and on your dashboard, your blinker starts blinking really quick, that's to let you know that you've got a turn signal out, right? So you get out, you check the turn signal, yeah, my left one's out, put a new turn signal in it, and it goes back to blinking normal on your dash with the actual blinker. Same thing happens on these bikes because the LEDs draw such a low current. Your stock bulbs draw quite a bit of current. So when you replace it with an LED and it's barely drawing any current, your bike thinks that that blinker's out. So automatically starts blinking on the dash, called hyperflash. It starts blinking really fast to let you know that you have a blinker out. And in fact, you don't have a blinker out. So doing a BCM reset, it's a relearn for the BCM. You're telling the bike, hey, relearn the current because I have LED blinkers in now and I don't want that hyperflash on my dash. Now, we've been doing that, like I said, since 2014 up. I have noticed here lately on the Milwaukee 8 models, let's say, I think I've noticed it more on the 18 through 22s, that doing the normal standard BCM resets, not quite cutting it. The only thing that we've done extra in that list is actually starting the bike while we do the BCM reset, and that usually lines it right out. Just turning ignition on, hitting the hazards, ignition off, letting it sit there and run through the hazards, and it relearns. The only other step you have to do is actually turn the bike on, start it, run your hazards, but we'll go through all that when we get the blinkers installed. Let's just get the camera over here and I'll show you how to change these out real quick. Super simple, little screwdriver. We'll have this done in about 5 minutes. Now on your lens cover on your bike, you're gonna have this little slot right here. Most of the time it's on the side or on the bottom. This guy's is just actually right on top. Little flathead screwdriver like this, and we're just gonna pry this off just like that, and that's how that comes out. We're gonna remove this LED. This bike already has LEDs, but we're putting these Fangs in because they're a lot better than this mess, whatever this is. So we're gonna push this in, turn it, and pull it out. So that right there, see the two little prongs, that's the 1157. If you have 1156, it's gonna be a single little prong there in the middle, but the 1157 has two, and it's got two offset nubs on the side. We're gonna get into the Ciro box here. Oh, and the part number on this is 2040-2862. So like I said, they got this in a couple of different flavors now, because you can get the chrome bezel or the black bezel, and now you can get clear or the smoked lens. So any combination of those will work. So of course, full instructions from Ciro on these, and I actually have a BCM reset. It's a little bit different than what we do, but it'll work the same. Turning the left turn signal on for 4 more flashes, right turn signal on for 4 more flashes. We generally just kind of get it done with the hazard lights, but you can do it that way as well. That works too. So not a lot really. I mean, it's a turn signal, so we don't really need those. I really like the Fang turn signals I have on a Street Glide, and this is why. This is all one sealed unit. As you can see on the back there, your little clips in the back, there's a little 2-prong 1157 bulb like we just took out. But this is one whole sealed waterproof unit. This style here, where you put like this disc thing in and then you use just a standard plastic cover, there's no O-rings on this. Have you ever left your bike out and the temperatures changed really quick from like cold to hot or hot to cold? You'll see moisture build up in these, and that's one thing I don't like about those. Ciro's went out of the way to actually seal this complete assembly. So the bezel, the turn signal, the lens, everything is one whole sealed unit. Now, this will only go in one way and stay in one way, and into this, it's got a little flathead spot for your little screwdriver that you took your other lens off. So we're gonna put this in, we're gonna push and turn. If it doesn't lock in just like that, we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna push and turn. Now it's in. Now just to test the light real quick before we snap it in, we've got on, there you go, you got your white halo ring, and you've got your LED blinkers. Now, another thing to note on these real quick that's a little bit different than you're just gonna see in this, like with this style, you got a whole bunch of individual LEDs, and then you got this cap that goes over it, and you see all of the LEDs, and this lens cover just does nothing. It's just a lens cover. If you look at the Ciro 3D ones, they've engineered the lens cover itself to have all these little grooves and stuff, and what all that does is amplify the light. So like I noticed on our Street Glide at about 10 feet away, this ring actually just kind of turns into a solid white light. And it's actually probably the way that it looks on the camera, depending on how I hit the camera lens with it. But it is a white halo ring, but with the way that this lens is engineered, like I said, it's got all these little grooves and cuts and stuff that just amplifies the light. So another cool thing that they've done. This is gonna go back on the same way that you took the other one off. You can see that it is a bezel, so it's thinner at the bottom and a little bit taller at the top. Now what I did on the Street Glide was a little bit different. I put my front ones on just like this, where the top, like a lens hood came out like that. And then on the rear, I actually flipped them the other way. I just thought it looked cooler for some reason, but it'll work either way. You can put them on sideways if you want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist up this wire just a little bit. You're just gently gonna twist this. And you can see that wire start to coil. That wire coils like that, just kind of keeps it out of our way. So we're just gonna set that bottom one in. You heard that snap in, and we've got our nice lens cover just like that. And I didn't mention too that these already do have just a little bit of dielectric grease on the backside. They already come with it applied for you guys. Jump on me about not adding any dielectric grease. It's already on there from Ciro. We get that one in, do our little twist till that wire coils in the back there. Kind of gets it out of our way. And then we just snap it on. Make sure that it's straight. So it's really just that easy. And after you get that done, check to make sure that you don't have that hyper flash on your dashboard. If you do, just do a BCM relearn. You're just gonna turn the key on. You're gonna run the hazard lights. We're just gonna hit the hazard lights, and then I turn the key off. I do that and I let that run for about 15 to 30 seconds. Sometimes it'll line out in the first 2 seconds, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you gotta do it again. We're gonna kick the key back on or cancel the hazards. We're gonna kick the bike back off. That resets it. Turn it back on, check your blinker. It's that easy. So it's just a matter of key on, hazards, key off. Let it run. Key on, hazards off, key off. Reset everything, key back on, double check. So on some of the newer models, I've had people call and say that they couldn't get them to sync, and we just did a matter of just actually starting the bike, letting the hazards run. And the directions from them just say to run the left turn signal for 4 more flashes, right turn signal for 4 more flashes, and it should reset it as well. That's pretty much it. Now you've got super bright LEDs that are switchback. So you got a white running light up there, and then it turns into a turn signal. So that's it, another super easy install from Ciro 3D. Like I said, if you've watched any of my Ciro videos in the past, you'll know, check out that company. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. Go over to their website. They've got, you can list, you can go in there and search by your bike or by part, whatever you want to do. A lot of cool LED stuff over there. And you know that I preach and preach and preach LEDs. They're a win-win for everybody. They're absolutely brighter than the stock 1157 Chevy turn signal bulbs. Same bulbs you have in your pickup truck out there is what they put in these bikes. So the LEDs are a lot brighter and they last forever. So if you have any questions on this, you know the deal, comment section down below. I check YouTube every day and I'll try to help you the best that I can. I'm gonna get out of here and get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe. Keep your knees in the breeze. Thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe popping up over here. And don't forget to check out the rest of the channel because we have a ton of bagger related and soft tail videos on our channel. And to get you started, maybe you can check out this one or this one. Not really gonna say anything else. You can just click one of those and take you over to another video.